All right, so ready to ditch the phrase book and like really level up your dining game?
I'm in.
You sent in some clips from that English Made Easy podcast about ordering food.
Yeah.
They lay out the basics, but we're going to take it way further. Make you feel like you belong in any English-speaking restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of meta-analyzing a language podcast within a podcast, but hey,
Right.
that's what makes it fun.
I think what's cool about this is how much culture is baked into.
Oh, cool.
Something as basic as, like ordering food.
Yeah.
What English Made Easy gives is a good start,
Yeah.
But then there's all these layers of etiquette and unspoken things
Definitely.
that can totally trip you up if you're not aware of them.
Okay, let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Step 1, reservations.
Okay.
The podcast gives you the classic, hi, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 at 7 p.m., please.
Yeah.
Straightforward enough.
It'll work.
Right.
Especially if it's, casual place.
Right.
But imagine you're going somewhere fancy. Then it's like how you say it, even your tone on the phone, it all feeds into fitting in
It's true.
English-speaking cultures, especially in the U.S.,
Yeah.
We can be casual.
We are pretty casual.
But certain situations still call for that extra bit of,
Like formality.
formality. Exactly.
So instead of, hi.
Maybe good evening.
Yeah.
Maybe even a thank you for your time at the end.
Oh, yeah. That little extra touch.
It makes a difference.
Totally.
Especially if you're going for that, like, in-the-know vibe.
I love it.
Right?
Okay, so reservations made. You're at the restaurant.
Oh, great.
English Made Easy says, I have a reservation under your name.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Pretty foolproof, right?
But even before you say anything, it's your body language.
Oh, interesting.
Eye contact, a smile, even how you're standing. It all sends a message.
Wow.
Busy restaurants, it can be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So showing you're patient and friendly goes a long way.
So it's that first impression thing.
Exact.
Sets the tone.
It does?
Now you're at the table.
Okay.
Giant menu.
The size of a textbook.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And English Made Easy says, ask questions like,
Yeah.
could you tell me more about this dish? Good advice.
For sure.
I've totally been in those situations where I'm like too shy to ask.
I get that.
And then you end up with something
Didn't even want.
I don't even want. Yeah. But it's interesting. In English-speaking cultures,
Yeah.
asking questions isn't just about getting info. It's seen as engaging
Oh, absolutely.
with the staff.
Yeah.
Like showing interest in their expertise.
It's a cultural thing.
It is, yeah.
Because, in some cultures, you defer to the server entirely.
Oh, totally.
But here, there's this expectation that you're going to,
Take an active role.
shape your own experience.
Okay, so the menu says something like
Let's say.
grilled cod with lemon butter.
Mm-hmm. Like the podcast example.
Yeah. Would it be weird to be like, what kind of fish is cod?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
You're not expected to be like a seafood expert.
Right.
Asking shows you're curious and that you want to choose well.
Makes sense.
Plus, it can open up a whole conversation about the food,
That's true.
which is a nice way to connect with your server.
It's almost like asking questions is part of the whole like social dance
Yeah,
of dining in an English-speaking environment.
you got it.
This is fascinating.
It is.
Okay, let's get to ordering.
Okay. The main event.
Podcast breaks it down. I'll have the dish name, please.
Yeah, that's the classic.
But what about customization?
Oh, that's a good one.
I always ask for dressing on the side.
English Made Easy touches on this,
They do.
but they don't really get into why it's such a big deal
Oh,
in
interesting.
English-speaking cultures.
Why is it such a big deal?
Individualism.
Oh, right.
You're expected to have preferences and to voice them.
Okay.
Think about, like, coffee shops. A million milk and sweetener options.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Right.
It's not just about getting what you want. It's like a cultural value.
Exactly. You see it everywhere. Personalized playlists, workout routines.
Yeah.
Dining's no different.
Wow.
No pickles, extra sauce, subbing sides.
Right.
All totally normal.
Totally. And speaking of individual needs,
Okay.
English Made Easy talks about dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any vegetarian options?
Right. Good starting point.
Good start, but how do you handle more specific stuff?
Oh.
Like allergies.
That's when it can get trickier.
Yeah.
You got to be upfront and detailed, even if it feels awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Some cultures that might be seen as fussy,
Right.
but in English-speaking countries, it's about safety.
Okay.
It's about your well-being.
So it's okay to be like, I'm allergic to peanuts, no cross-contamination.
Exactly.
Okay.
More detail, the better.
Right.
You're not just making a request, you're advocating for your health.
That's a good point.
And that's totally acceptable here.
This is giving me so much more confidence
I love to hear that.
to handle those situations. But you know what I still find intimidating?
What's that?
Tipping.
Oh, yeah.
English Made Easy says, can we split the bill, please? Or, could I have the bill, please?
Yeah, simple enough.
Seems simple, but the whole tipping culture, I don't know.
It's a bit of a minefield, isn't it?
It is.
And that's one of those areas where the podcast kind of
Skims the surface.
just skims the surface. Tipping is like ingrained in the service industry here.
It really is.
And it can be different depending on the region,
Yeah.
the type of restaurant.
Okay, so let's break down this tipping thing.
All right.
What are some of the nuances?
Well, first off, unlike a lot of countries where it's included, here you got to add it on top of the bill.
Okay.
The standard's usually around 15-20%,
Wow.
which can seem like a lot.
It is if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
What factors into how much you tip, though?
Well, good service is a big one,
Obviously.
but there are these subtle things too.
Like what?
Like if you have a big group, or if you've been lingering at the table for ages,
Oh.
a bigger tip might be expected.
This is making me realize how much unwritten knowledge there is
It's true.
for something so seemingly simple.
It's not just about the money. It's about navigating.
Potential expectations. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
That highlights how even with the best intentions and the basic phrases,
Right.
there's these layers of cultural understanding that can really enhance your experience.
Okay, so we've done reservations, menu ordering customization,
Mm-hmm.
dietary needs. We even dipped our toes into tipping,
We did.
but there's still so much more.
There is.
So uncover.
And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
It is.
We're not just learning phrases.
Right.
We're figuring out the hidden cultural script
Totally.
behind every part of dining in an English-speaking country.
This is way more insightful than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We're going deeper into politeness,
Okay.
handling like curveballs,
Mm-hmm.
and expressing appreciation in a way that really clicks.
I love it.
There's a whole world of unspoken communication waiting to be decoded.
So true. Going through all this English-made easy stuff, it really emphasizes politeness,
Oh, they're big on that.
constantly reminding you to say please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Yeah.
It seems simple, but I
Right.
feel like there's more to it.
It's not just about being grammatically correct, is it?
Right.
It's like those two words are the key
Yeah.
to like unlocking a smoother interaction.
Exactly. It made me think about how politeness works in different cultures.
That's interesting.
Like some places, it's more about body language,
Oh, yeah.
like bowing. But in English-speaking cultures,
Yeah.
those verbal cues, they really matter.
It's true. It's fascinating how something so small can have such a big impact.
Right.
Almost like you're signaling you understand the rules of the game.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Right.
And remember, ordering a meal, it's not just one interaction.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of them, from the host stand to the server,
Yeah.
maybe even the bartender.
Right.
Each point is a chance to use those magic words.
Okay, so politeness is key.
Yeah.
But what about when things go wrong?
Oh.
Like the food's taking forever.
Okay.
English Made Easy suggests things like, how long will the wait be?
Yeah.
Can you please check on the kitchen?
Those are good.
Are those the right moves?
I think they're good starting points.
Okay.
What I find interesting is how those phrases manage to be both
What is it?
assertive but also polite.
Oh, that's a tough balance.
Yeah, you're expressing a need without sounding demanding.
Right. Or impatient.
Yeah, which is a fine line.
It is. We've all been there.
For sure.
Where you're getting hangry, but you don't want to make a scene.
Exactly.
I guess those phrases help you get the info you need.
Yeah.
But keep a good vibe going.
Right. And it keeps that line of communication open.
That's important.
The staff might offer an explanation or reassurance,
Okay.
which can go a long way to smooth things over.
This whole conversation has made me realize how much thought goes into these seemingly simple things.
It's true.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of a cultural onion.
I love that analogy.
Right.
And the more we understand those layers, the more comfortable we feel.
Makes sense.
Then we can focus on what matters.
Right.
Enjoying the food and the company.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, dining out isn't just refueling, right?
Right.
It's social. It's an
Yeah.
experience.
It is.
Having the language skills to do that gracefully,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes it all better.
Couldn't agree more. And what I find fascinating is
Not that.
how those language skills can open up cultural exploration.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
If you're comfortable ordering and interacting,
Yeah.
you're more likely to try new foods.
Right.
Talk to people from different backgrounds.
That's so true. It takes away that fear of the unknown.
Exactly.
Lets you fully immerse yourself.
It does. You go from being an observer to a participant.
Exactly. And as you get more confident, you start to pick up on those cues.
Right.
The nuances.
The things English made easy doesn't always cover.
Right. Like, how do you express appreciation beyond a simple thank you?
That's a good point, because they do talk about saying
Yeah.
this looks delicious or this is amazing.
Yeah. Is there a deeper level to it?
I think there is.
Okay.
For example, in some cultures,
Mm-hmm.
complimenting the chef directly might be weird.
Oh, interesting.
But in English-speaking countries,
Yeah.
it's a way of recognizing that dining's not just about eating.
Okay.
It's about appreciating the skill of the people who made the food.
So you're acknowledging the art and the effort,
Precisely.
not just the final product.
Exactly. Those small gestures.
Yeah.
Whether it's a compliment to the server
Right.
or sharing your delight with your friends,
Yeah.
it all adds up to a better experience.
It's amazing how much we've unpacked already.
Right.
We started with basic phrases.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about cultural nuances, handling curveballs, expressing appreciation.
We've come a long way.
We have.
It really shows the power of language.
It does.
It's not just about transactions.
Right.
It's a way to understand, to connect, to have adventures.
So well said, but let's bring it back to our listener.
Okay.
What's the most valuable takeaway from all this?
Yeah.
I think for me, it's that awareness of the unwritten rules. You know,
Right.
it's not just about memorizing phrases. It's like understanding those subtle cues.
The expectations.
Yeah, that can really make or break your experience.
For sure.
English made easy gives you the tools, but we're going for that.
Deeper level.
Yeah, cultural fluency
I like that.
and that connection. It can really make a difference.
It can.
Like a routine meal becomes a memory.
Yeah.
A quick exchange turns into a real conversation.
Absolutely.
And suddenly a foreign place feels a bit more like home.
Isn't that what we all want?
I think so.
To feel like we belong.
Yeah.
You know, to navigate the world confidently and gracefully,
Mm.
and to really enjoy those moments of connection.
Beautifully said. And I think this deep dive has shown how language can be that key.
It's true.
It's not just about communicating. It's a bridge to understanding other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
It's a passport to new adventures.
It is.
And maybe even a recipe for building meaningful connections.
So true. So as we wrap up, I have a little thought-provoking question for our listener.
Okay, I love these.
As you go out there, you know, armed with all this new knowledge about ordering food,
Yeah.
pay attention to the little differences you see in how people do things.
Well, like a cultural treasure hunt.
Exactly. Observe how people interact with the staff,
Okay.
how they handle special requests, how they show appreciation,
Interesting.
and ask yourself, what do those little things reveal about the culture?
Oh, that's such a good point.
Right.
Those tiny details can tell you so much.
They can. And who knows, maybe those observations will make you want to dive even deeper
I hope so.
into this amazing world where language and culture meet.
Or maybe even inspire some future deep dives.
I love it.
Because the more we explore, the more we realize there's always more to discover
So true.
about the world
Yeah.
and our place in it.
Well said, dear listener. Go out there. Order with confidence.
Yes.
Savor every bite.
Mm-hmm.
And embrace all the possibilities that come with speaking the language of connection.
Until next time, happy dining.